Let's see. Marks and traits of the cult guru. They do not typically like you doing well. What?
They are persecuting me. They do not have spiritual eyes to see. Therefore, they must take down what they do not understand.
That's that booger whistle, baby. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. I got a booger whistle flute. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. Oftentimes, the communal living that the guru demands doesn't match up to the guru who's driving around in a freaking Rolls Royce. What? How many swamis got a dang Rolls Royce? What?
I had vision last night. The ascended masters came down to me. They says, Swami, you are to get Rolls Royce.
That's that booger whistle, baby. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. I got a booger whistle flute. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. How many Rolls Royces you got? Get over there in that communal living. By the way, get out of my Rolls Royce. I heard he's got 14 Rolls Royces. And by Monday, he would have 15. That's that booger whistle, baby. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. I got a booger whistle flute. They're energy vampires. That's that booger whistle, baby. I'm not just a douche. I'm not just a dick. I'm Dick Douche. Hey, my name is Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Eternal Dick Douche. That's me. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Hey, I'm Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. I'm Eternal Dick Douche. That's me. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Hey, I'm Dick Douche. I'm Dick Douche and I'm better than you. I'm Dick Douche and I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm Dick Douche and I'm better than you. I'm the Dick Douche of all time. I'm Dick Douche and I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm not trying to be a Dick Douche. Dick Douche. I'm Eternal Dick Douche. That's me. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Hey, I'm Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. I'm Eternal Dick Douche. That's me. Dick Douche. I'm better than you. Dick Douche. Hey, I'm Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. I'm Eternal Dick Douche. That's me. Dick Douche. Dick Douche. Hey, I'm Dick Douche. Fine, I know more than you. And by the way, I can interrupt you, cause I'm mean. I'm Dick Douche. Mormon space wives. Let's create lives. Mormon space wives. God the Father has a body. It's a very toned body. He looks good. Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives. Space sex. Space sex. Magic underwear fitting tight. Magic underwear is feeling right. Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives. Lords of Cola. I would like to have intimacies with you on the planet of Naboo. Mormon space wives. Magic underwear. Where? Right there. Mormon space wives. Let's create lives. Mormon space wives. God the Father has a body. It's a very toned body. He looks good. Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives. Space sex. Space sex. Magic underwear fitting tight. Magic underwear is feeling right. Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives. Lords of Cola. I would like to have intimacies with you on the planet of Naboo. Mormon space wives. Magic underwear. Where? Right there. Mormon space wives. Space error.
Let's see.
Karaoke.
Mormon space wives. Let's create new lives. Mormon space wives. Our God has a body. It's a very toned body. He looks good. Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives. For the space sex. Space sex. Space sex. Magic underwear fitting tight. Magic underwear looking right. Mormon space wives.
Happy birthday, y'all.
Lords of Color. Let me have intimacy with you on the planet of Naboo. Magic underwear fits so tight. Magic underwear feels so right. Happy birthday. Mormon space wives. Creating new lives.
Celestial baby, baby. My celestial baby.
Mormon space wives.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy space wives. Happy birthday.
Oh, I'm having too much fun with the cringe core. It's a birthday party. What do you expect? You gotta be serious, dude. Why aren't you being serious? Uh-oh. Scam Shamu's back. Y'all ready for a little bit of this? Sam Shamu. This actually could work, though. Yeah. With you dance with Sam Shamu on the dance floor. Sam Shamu, he's at the dance club. He's single. He's got a little bit of dust on his shoulder, cause he didn't clean up his nasty ass cat apartment. Sam Shamoon is on the pump it with me, y'all. Pump it. Ladies, orbs, pump it. All are welcome. Oh yeah. Pump Please dance with Shamoon. I've got moves. Yeah. Sam Shamoon. Muta on the dance. All you pretty orbs on the dance floor. Muta with the Shia tonight. big shady boys. Come and dance with Sam and some chew. He's single on town. Your mom's doing mood with a Shia. He's got man boobs. He can relate to you. Y'all having fun? Sam
Happy birthday to me.
on the dance floor. All you orbs on the floor tonight. Tonight's night. Every orb on the dance floor. Dance with Sam Schmoon. Muta with the Shia tonight. Every orb on the dance floor. Dance with Sam Schmoon. Muta with the Shia.
We're just getting warmed up,
tonight.
y'all. Y'all ready for open calls?
Do the Sam
Y'all gonna put me
Shuffle.
straight?
Sam Shuffle tonight.
Sumerian tech with CIA. Do. I've got CIA tech from ancient Sumeria. I've been debating Nephilims, and I feel good tonight. All right. That's enough cringecore for the moment. Welcome, everybody, to my happy birthday party. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. I'm getting the 50 Cent song and the 2 Chainz song mixed up. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. That's my birthday song. All I want for my birthday is big booty hoes. I'm just kidding. I'm married to Jamie. I'm very happy with Jamie. Don't need no big booty hoes. Although, we're going to be talking about the 5th dimensional time matrix and the consciousness expansion of living in an intentional community, son. That's right. If you didn't know, the GATE program was out there scouting boys like Charlie Kirk. And they scouted him out because they had a time dimensional mainframe matrix visualizer. And they looked into the future and they said, this boy right here, he can affect the quantum foam. If we let this boy live, the quantum foam going to get all screwed up and the Yakubians would come to power. And the CIA was like, hell no, we ain't letting that happen. They called up Mossads and they called up BBs and they said, what's the best means by which we could take out Charlie Court? And they came up with the perfect plan. The Egyptian planes track him for many years. Robot agents figure out together with their robot Cylon wife. Y'all remember the Cylons? Exactly. You remember that one blonde Cylon? Y'all know the one I'm talking about? The one that everybody thought was hot? Excuse me? That's Erica Kirk right there. That's the blonde Cylon. Remember she was up in what's-his-face's head at one point? Let me show y'all. Because look, one of the guys on Twitter said, this chick right here. Remember her? One of the guys on Twitter he figured it out. He said, I know everything about Candace's theories because I know the movies and the TV shows she just watched. She just watched Matrix and then she watched Inception and then she came up with this week's episode of Candace's greatest conspiracies. Okay. And by the way, didn't I say exactly what would happen? Next week, it'll be the next crazy conspiracy. So the real question is, when is Yakub coming in? When are we going to go full Wakanda? That's what I'm waiting for. We are just now at, if you got a curve, right? You got a bell curve of conspiracy madness. We're just now at sort of the upper zenith of the bell curve when we hit the Charlie Kirk quantum foam time dimension matrix. That's where we just hit. Okay, we're not yet to the apex up here when we get to full on Yakubian Nephilims, Wagartha. That's where we're going. That's where it's going. Now, guess what? All of the tards are still calling me a shill. I had hundreds of comments all over. I should have, they were pissing me off, so I just deleted a bunch of them, blocked them because they were so stupid. I should have saved them because I should have read them. We should dissect all the stupidity in these replies and the logic that they have. I'm gonna tell you right now. Basically, the replies are, you believe all the official stories because you're not following Candace. What? What? Oh, you're a Zionist. No, I'm not. I was a conspiracy theorist 15 years before Candace was, 20 years before. What are you even talking about? It's just nonsense, total nonsense. Dude, we're past Planet X, okay? We're full on. Look, this is Erica Kirk right here, the blonde Cylon. Remember her? By the way, didn't she say something like there's robot agents? I mean, she was already saying kind of wild stuff a while back. This is Erica Kirk right here. Look, that's her. That's a Cylon Erica Kirk. Look just like her too. The Mormons were coding it inside of Battlestar Galactica, what they was actually doing with the Gate program, which is actually the MK Ultra New Mutants program. Y'all seen New Mutants? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'm talking about Anya Taylor-Joy's, okay, in the New Mutants. And what happens in New Mutants? Oh, she gets recruited because they saw Professor X seen into the 3D time-dimensional mainframe matrix, and he saw ahead that Charlie Kirk, just like Anya Taylor-Joy, was going to be a superhero of the future, which would challenge the quantum time foam matrix. Y'all think I'm being crazy? Wait till you hear the clips. Now, this is what y'all are calling me out. A veteran of the conspiracy disinformation analysis arena, awake to all of this stuff way before most of y'all. Y'all still in your poopy pants when I was reading Oswald Spengler and Zbigniew Brzezinski. But now, again, all of the soccer moms and the Karens and the morons are experts on everything to do with conspiracies. And they will follow her to oblivion, dude. The next week, when we go full Wakanda, they're going to quadruple down. Yes, absolutely. Candace really did discover Wakanda. And why is BB paying you to deny her, shill? I mean, there were comments on my community post on YouTube I just could not believe. In my audience. How can my audience be so dumb? Now let's cross our fingers and hope that those weren't actually from my audience. They just happened to see. I beg them, please unfollow this channel. Do not follow this channel. You, sir, that believe, just go be dumb, dude. By the way, I think she's becoming the new George Norrie, right? Hey folks, welcome to Coast, George Norrie, Coast to Coast, Planet X and the Nibiru. She went full George Norrie, dude. She's full Coast to Coast. From the windows to the coasts, tell all these Candace fall. Tell all excuse. She's Coast to Coast now. Shake it like a salt, shake it like a salt. So yeah, so it's New Mutants. Literally, she's X-Men. Charlie Kirk is an X-Men. X-Men. And I'm not kidding, if you watch New Mutants, she's got the time dimensional matrix powers where she can see through the time matrix. Because in the story, she was messed with as a child, and this trauma caused her X-Men superpowers. So they took her over here to Professor X's Gate program school. So if you didn't know, the Gate program, I was actually in the Gate program. I know about it firsthand. And I can confirm to you today, yes, it is a full Wakanda Yakubian project that the CIA stole from the Sumerians so that Professor X, aka, let's see, who's Professor X? Ewan Cameron, Jolyon West. I got to figure who in the BB. Netanyahu was training up his best American Mossad moles inside of the CIA, right? Like Anya Taylor-Joy and like Charlie Cork. Okay, this was the master plan. It's all out here now. And it's exposed, dude. It's exposed. It's over. It's over for the cryptocracy. Okay, so you gotta, if you want to understand what's going on, okay, you gotta watch The Matrix, Inception, The New Mutants, Black Panther, aka Wakanda, and what else we gotta watch? What other? Battlestar Galactica because of the Cylons, because Erica Kirk is a Cylon. Oh, by the way, her name is Magic. I forgot that. Her character is M-A-G-I-K, Magic. So that's what's actually going on. And if you doubt me, allow me to set you straight, son. Okay, let's play this little clip right here. Let's play the clip right here. Little clip right here.
I'll save it for tomorrow, but this Project Looking Glass in the CIA, I wonder what they saw. Looking into the future, stealing not Egyptian, but Sumerian technology, which is what they did. These are culture vultures. These Egyptsies is what they are. They wear whatever mask they need to. Do I have to pretend to be Catholic? Do I have to pretend to be Jewish? Do I have to pretend to be Muslim? No, they're thieves. They're glorified thieves is what these people are. And they've always been this since the beginning of history. And they stole some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes. And that technology stopped working in 2012.
It got even crazier than I actually remembered. The Sumerian tech, dude, the batteries ran out. And we don't have those kind of batteries no more. You can't just make an ancient Sumerian time portal vision screen battery you can't go get that at Radio Shack. You can't go get that at Best Buy. You got to have the recipe, okay? And that's stored somewhere in Wakanda, I think. So we're screwed, okay? Because that technology stopped working in 2012. That's why the Mayan calendar stopped. That's the Sumerian Mayan calendar that stopped working in 2012. And a lot of y'all are just too dumb to get this. You just can't get it. Now, there's a longer clip. I gotta find let's find the longer clip. I think I sent that one to your boy Tristana. Let's see where that one is. Yeah, here it is. Okay, here's the longer clip. We gotta hear the whole thing here. This is the truth about to come out, dog. Truth about to come out. They scared of the truth. And, them paid shills like Alex Jones and Jay Dyer and Quartering and all of these paid shills. We're getting paid them Mossad coin. I'm getting paid in straight shekel coin, dog. Every time I mention Candace, I get 7,000 Mossad coin cryptos right there. That Sumerian smoke detector about to start chirping, son. It's about to start chirping. Okay, wait a minute. Where's the clip? Here we go. We gotta watch the full clip. I don't even know why I send things to Tristana. He just
Charlie think
he retired. So he basically retired. Are y'all ready for the real truth? Can y'all handle it? Can y'all handle the Sumerian, Wakandan, Yakubian, 16th dimensional time matrix, quantum shift, parallel zone theory organizer technology? I don't think a lot of y'all are ready for it, but I'm gonna blow your mind right now, because this is where it's at. Don't listen to Jay Dyer. Don't listen to Andrew Wilson, who critiqued her, Steven Crowder, who accurately critiqued her, Alex Jones accurately critiqued her, Nick Fuentes accurately critiqued her. Everybody accurately critiqued this nonsense. Even Jamie did a long time ago. Well, Jamie had other critiques, but Tristan was critiquing this stuff. Basically, everybody I know was like, well, wait a minute. So, as you guys know, I didn't have any set animosities, or I was neutral on Candace for a long time. And about a month ago, I started listening and diving in on the regular to the planes stuff. So I hopped in at the the soap opera episodes of season 2 about the planes. And we have just gone full coast to coast, dude. We're full Nibiru. What's an old conspiracy we got to dig up? I mean, we got CERN. CERN's back. All right, let's hear this full clip because y'all don't. People say, "Oh, you made this up. You didn't watch the full show." I don't need to watch the full show if it's this retarded, dude. Like I'm done. I already watched enough full shows to see that this is retarded disinfo, and I told you that, and you all just laughed and said, "Aha, Dyer's jealous." The moms are saying, "I'm jealous." Yes, that's the only reason I would ever oppose or critique anyone purely. It's only out of jealousy. 10 years ago, when I made the videos critiquing Jordan Peterson,
He was a time traveler.
it's only because you're jealous. You're just jealous. That's the only reason ever. Correct. Yes. Thank you for reading my people in the chat. What is CERN? Are you serious? Sid, you should know what CERN is. CERN is the Sumerian portal dimensional time technology that the elites stole from the mother cultures because they're just vampires. That's what they do. Okay.
Traveler. He said, as I showed you in earlier, why?
Now, I kid you not, the people that were defending all of this nonsense in the comments, one of the defenses is, you do realize that it's actually Charlie Kirk that said he was a time traveler. Okay, I don't care who said it. It's dumb. Like, as if that's well, if Charlie said it, I mean, I guess, it's true, right? Because Charlie's, I mean, that's, first of all, I'm not sure that that is true. I don't have any reason to believe that. But even if it is true, it's like, so what? That debate makes it more ridiculous. All right. And so here, I'm so jealous because, I mean, I would just say all this retarded shit if I didn't care about what was true. Right. I mean, I could have gone full Planet X. I could have been a normie Matt Fradd pop apologist. So no, I'm not spouting anything out of popularity, or else I was muted there, or else I would have just been saying nonsense like Planet Nibiru 10, 15 years ago. I would have said evolution's true 10, 15 years ago. I would have just gone along with whatever's popular if it was only about being popular.
Did Charlie think he was a time traveler? He said, as I showed you in earlier messages, that he was a time traveler and he had to find me. Is that just something people are saying to their homies in text messages? And again,
what? Charlie said in his text messages he's a time traveler and he has to find she's on a damn mystical soap opera love quest that's like multiverse. She's in a multiverse soap opera love quest. And by the way, there is some soap opera show like this. I just saw it pop up on Amazon the other day, on Amazon Prime. It's like there's some show where a girl goes back in time, and it's like Quantum Leap, but like with a chick trying to find her lover, lost in the time dimensional matrix. And I'm like, what? Did Candace watch that show too? Is that what she watched? I forget the name of it. If y'all in the chat have watched that, I don't know. It's just like some Amazon show or something.
not anything that I would have placed so much emphasis on back when he was saying it, but it came to fruition. The other parts, he did die young. Why did he think that him dying young was necessary in order to change things? He did die young. It is related to Turning Point USA. In some way or another, at the very least, we could all agree it's related to him speaking at a...
So, I mean, as you know, Jamie said right away, all of this stuff is sort of classic COINTELPRO disinformation. Mark Hackard had the same analysis. Really, all it does is just discredit anyone talking about this kind of stuff. Although, you know, there's different possibilities. It could be to discredit. She could actually maybe not be all there. She might be kind of losing it. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I want to be very serious on this point. I have a friend, an acquaintance, and you can actually have things, especially around 20s and 30s, where those are sort of the prime ages where people begin to perhaps lose it with schizophrenia. And I'm being absolutely serious. I'm not making the schizo joke. I'm saying, like, I've known people who are young. Sometimes it's late 20s, early 30s, where they just sort of have um, this sort of snap. And that's also a possibility. And if that's the case, that's sad. I don't want that. I hope that's not the case. Um, it could be, that the loss of a person very close. That could be the case as well. Or this could be, intentional disinformation to gather a large audience and lead people off into nonsense, just like the Q stuff was. In fact, Q was based on Operation Trust, which was something that the Soviets did to root out some of the remaining white army supporters within Russia. And if you remember, people drew a lot of attention to that at the time of the Q-tard crap, because it bore so many parallels, where you have this idea, actually, there's a bunch of white hats in the Russian government amongst the Bolsheviks, and we need to secretly, know who supports them. And then they got this giant list of all of the remaining, pro-Tsarists amongst the Russians, and it was all a Bolshevik scam to figure out and to get all the names of all of the remaining, counter-revolutionaries. So that could be going on. Not that they need to get a bunch of names from the audience or something like that. And there could be some data gathering operation going on there as well. But we've seen a few people in this sphere who known people. I mean, quite a few people have kind of gone crazy from this kind of information. But Owen Benjamin was a person who had a very similar sort of trek, where he starts to question a lot of the mainstream stories and narratives, and then it just goes off into just wild stuff. And we could probably think of others off the top of my head. I'm not sure who else kind of went in this direction, but I'm sure you could think of some, right? And again, it could be any of those situations. So, I'm joking around a lot about the Wakanda stuff, because that part is actually funny. But she doesn't come off as a person who is, when she does her shows and her episodes, she doesn't come off as unstable. And to me, that suggests that there's not, some sort of schizo type of thing going on. It's definitely the case that when you first wake up to a lot of these topics, you could go through a process of believing a lot of ridiculous things. I remember when I went through this phase of first reading conspiracy stuff, and when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, I came in reading stuff about Skull and Bones. In fact, I still have some of those books. I read a bunch of critiques of the United Nations, New Agey type stuff. And I remember initially thinking, maybe we were lied to about everything. Okay, so, maybe there are aliens. Maybe there was ancient civilizations with high technology, right? So you kind of go through some of these ideas. What if Atlantis was, real, and it was this advanced civilization, and, it was hidden. But I think a lot of times what happens to people as they mature, you start to realize after a few years, okay, the people especially that promote most of that stuff, they're kooks, crooks, and spooks, right? You start to notice the patterns of bullshit, con men, deception, scammers, grifters, and eventually you kind of grow out of it, right? Is she grifting to the conspiratards? All things are possible. That could be possible too. She again seems to have figured out the secret of crafting the narrative of the giant conspiracy where you're at the center of it, right? And that also could suggest, you know, sort of psychological issues too, right? Because what happens with schizophrenia, and I'm not an expert obviously on it, I'm just giving my sort of armchair take. But I've watched a lot of documentaries. I've read some books on schizophrenia. And my assessment is just simply that. And by the way, Father Deacon Ananias, one of his good friends when he was young, and they're still friendly, but he has a good friend who became schizophrenic. And what is a common theme is that everything that's happening is ultimately revolving around you. So, and I understand people that are schizophrenic can be victims. I'm not trying to castigate them in some negative moral sense, but uh, what happens is they think that everything that's happening, because they're at the center of the world, all of the things that are happening, whether it's the license plate with a coded message or whether it's, you know, the people standing behind them in the grocery store, like everything that's happening is all about them. The songs that come on the radio are messages geared towards them, or, you know, the family members that are trying to help them are secretly working with, you know, the agents to undermine them and to drive them crazy. And, you know, you see this, for example, in the so-called targeted individual community. And I've done a lot of research on that. I've watched a lot of documentaries on that. I'd say probably 5, maybe even 10 documentaries on that stuff. Because if you remember, the targeted individual stuff was very popular 10 years ago in the conspiracy world. And as you get into that and study it, what you realize is that, well, no, wait a minute. So these are people who in many cases have actual mental problems, and they're living out of their car. They're living on the streets, living in a van down by the river, literally. And what doesn't really ever click with them is that there's no need for that person to be the focus of all of the world's attention. Right? If you're a homeless veteran and you're living in a van down by the river, the government doesn't need you. The government is not all about you and obsessed with you, right? So, and again, I understand this can happen to people without something malicious or that I'm not saying they necessarily did anything morally wrong. But what I'm saying is Candace is gang stalking me. That's funny. What can happen is that when they have a break or when they have this schizophrenic type of problem, they just immediately interpret everything as something coming at them or undermining them. So they can't really help it. But as I said, like if you watch a lot of the documentaries of the people that believe they're targeted individuals or whatever, a lot of times people that are more grounded and down to earth, like they try to reason with them, and they'll say stuff like, it's the same type of approach, for example, you see Dr. Phil take with people that have really extreme delusions. And I mean, I'm not saying that like Dr. Phil is like the answer to all these. I'm just saying like if you watch a lot of the episodes of Dr. Phil, it's pretty interesting because, you know, he likes to have on these absolutely just sort of delusional people. And what he'll usually ask them is like, you know, is it possible? Is it possible that you're not being targeted by the government? Is it possible that you're not God? Right. And a lot of times the people don't even think that way, right? So he kind of interjects just the seed of doubt, and I think that's probably a nice method, you know, for dealing with that kind of stuff. Rather than, because if you try to debate them and be combative, they're just immediately going to get defensive, because it's very similar to a cult mindset, right? People that are sort of trapped in cults or in cult mindsets, if you study that, they're going to get very defensive when you try to question it. And you'll notice the same thing with all of the followers of this Candace phenomenon. They are rabid cult-like people. So yeah. And last point I wanted to mention on the targeted individuals is like most of the stuff that a targeted individual would think, you know, it's part of MK Ultra, and well, okay, but MK Ultra is way beyond needing to study a veteran living in a van down by the river. Okay, that's the stuff they were doing in the 40s and 50s. Okay, they don't need to do that anymore when MK Ultra, even in the late 70s, had basically transitioned into biometrics. So that stuff that's old school stuff. That's 60, 70 years ago stuff. That's not needed anymore. And it just doesn't make sense why, you know, people living in a van down by the river are the target of giant government operations. Now, is it possible that the government could steal homeless people and experiment on them? Yeah, that's possible, right? I'm not saying that that's not possible, but it's more likely, it's far more likely that those people are having mental problems, suffering a mental break. Many of those people are on drugs. Many of those people have lost their jobs and their lives because they're on drugs. In fact, one of the documentaries on the targeted individuals was about a woman who had gotten addicted to, I forget what, meth or something. She lost her job and then she ended up living out of her car. And she basically had crafted this whole narrative to cover up for her own lack of responsibility for maintaining her job because of her meth addiction. And I think, and as you watch the documentary, I think it was one of the Vice documentaries on targeted individuals. As you watch it, you can eventually start to realize that it's like, okay, well, this is actually about something else. Now, in the case of Candace, who knows? Could be, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about like her real relationship with Charlie or whatever. But I mean, she could have had, maybe she had a crush on Charlie. Maybe she felt like, she really should have been with Charlie. And, she's the one that's peering through the time dimensional matrix to meet her twin flame, soulmate. Because it's sounding more like that freaking Amazon Prime TV show. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's a TV show, a series where some woman like goes through time, quantum leap type stuff and tries to find and connect with her soulmate, right? I mean, it's retarded, but it's like, this is where we are with this. And again, there's been a couple sort of large social media profiles, and I've seen a handful of Orthodox profiles that have been like, okay, yeah, Jay, you were right. Or yeah, this was, nonsense. But for the most part, like people are just quadrupling down. And to me, that says we're at the point where we're post-truth. And all the influencers are basically crafting their own brand of conspiracy. I had a long conversation with Scooter the other day, and he was basically lamenting the exact same point. It's like, basically, it's now your own brand to create your conspiracy story, and then you try to sell everybody on that one. And really, it's like the one that's the most outlandish and fringe is the one that's the most popular now. So basically, we're at this post-truth phase. I don't believe reality is actually post-truth. I'm saying that the way that media is now operating is fully surrealist. It's fully, simulacra. The simulacra and simulation, Baudrillard talks about, like, that's the reality now. There is no reality other than the reality that's given to you through now the alternative media, which is now the real media. Because way more people watch Candace than are going to watch, boomer media. This is the new media. This is the new mainstream media. And it is just batshit crazy. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but I can't. And I think really you have to understand things like postmodernism, and you have to understand things like, and why do I say postmodernism? I'm not just trying to be, like B-grade Jordan Peterson here. I'm saying postmodernism believes that not only that there's no grand myths like the Enlightenment, right? The Enlightenment is its own sort of universalized progress myth. But postmodernism, and after people like Nietzsche and others, like there's no longer a grand narrative. The grand narratives have been deconstructed. Well, if there's no longer grand narratives, then what's the postmodern approach? You create the narrative and you get the biggest following. And if you control the narrative, that is reality now. Simulacra and simulation. That becomes reality. Oh my gosh. Why are you... And then when people in the chat are coming here promoting the most ridiculous retards. Jason Jorgan. Yeah, the guy that says that the gods are aliens. Just get out of here, man. I can't do it anymore. There's too many retards out here, just everywhere. It's Attack of the Tards, dude.
A campus event for Turning Point USA. I'm totally occupied by this. I tell you, I read these messages and I'm going, what is this? What is reality, actually?
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we got Queen metaphysics out here. Allow me to lecture you on metaphysics. Okay, I'm not just a lawyer and a media and assassination expert and a geopolitics expert. Now, by the way, I am a metaphysics expert. Okay, that's all you need to know, and y'all just hush your mouth and listen because the Queen speaks.
And Charlie died. Yes, like I said, it was related to this organization.
Oh, remember too, another thing that's very common if you watch her show, and as she's pointed out many times in the last several weeks, is another reason that she knows all this is true is because she prayed and felt it on Marian feast days. I kid you not. It's not just dreams. This is charismatic Catholic bullshit. This is why we tell you and warn you so often. I sit here warning you constantly about the problems of charismatic crap, charismatic nonsense, pure delusion, absolute Looney Tunes delusion. And it creates atheists. All charismatic crap does is just create atheism. And so she listens to her mystical feelings and senses that she has on Marian feast days. So that must be Mary giving her grace to know that this is true. I kid you not. So there's this charismatic element going on in the background too, which is another reason this is so retarded. So it's irrational. It's nothing to do with objective truth and judging these things by, say, divine revelation. But as I warned 2 years ago, I did multiple streams. I said, she's making a huge mistake becoming Roman Catholic. Did I not tell you that? I told you multiple live streams for hours saying, why is she making this stupid mistake going Roman Catholic? This is a huge mistake. Once again, I'm vindicated because Roman Catholicism promotes this intuitive histrionic bullshit, especially for women and the women saints. So if Margaret Mary Alacoque can have Jesus telling her to carve Jesus' name into her chest, to cut herself up, and if Jesus is giving circumcision rings of his foreskin to other Roman Catholic women saints, I'm not joking. That's the actual view. Why can't Candace be getting intuitive zaps from the Theotokos telling her what's true? I mean, why not? Taylor Marshall has visions of Mary and the engorged milkers, which is the true church, still existing within the Roman Catholic Church. And you idiots continue to follow these retards. What is wrong with you people? Is there anything that would happen that could happen to actually make you realize that this is bullshit? Like literally, is there anything? I actually think no. I think if Candace tells you to all move to Wakanda, sell your belongings and move to Wakanda because the CIA can't get you there, I think a bunch of you retards would actually sell your belongings and try to move to Wakanda. That's where you guys are. All right, so this dude's about to get booted again. This is like a retard magnet topic here. This topic just brings out pure retardation. That's it. If you want the retards in your chat, talk about this because they're here, buddy, and they're ready to go. All right, let's finish this quote and I'm going to open it up.
And I think we would all agree that his death and the manner that they did it changed the world in ways that I don't think we can fully realize, or certainly not in a way that I can articulate. You just cannot pretend that all of this is one big unhappy coincidence. It's entirely plausible, I think, that they knew something about Charlie and that
Candace would have done well, for example, to learn basic fallacies. I cannot fathom why people in this domain do not want to learn basic logical fallacies. If you learn the informal fallacies, do you know how many stupid things you would avoid? Not just in, that's for debate, bros. No, it's for life. You actually need basic logic to live in the world and succeed, to do well. It's not just a question of theology debate, bros. You will actually be duped by propaganda and lies without basic logic and fallacy assessment skills. Literally. So, for example, right there, that was all a bunch of non sequiturs, right? All these things happening, they can't be coincidence. Why? Why not? Some things are coincidence, Candace. An intuitive sense and feeling is the worst guide in some of these arenas, unless you are some sort of like 20 or 30 year proven detective who spent all of this time in the cases and in the information or whatever, and then you might have a pretty good sense. But 2-3 years into conspiracy stuff, going on your intuition, absolutely worst idea. It's the exact same as trading. Listen to me here, okay? If you're trading stocks or trading crypto, and Ivan always makes this point, right? Ivan on tech. Going by intuition is the worst idea. Because your intuition, your feelings are going to be based around emotional states. And you're not going to make a trade or make a purchase or invest based on long-term rational thinking. You're going to trade and be based on the emotion and the hype of the moment, which is the worst thing, because then you're going to revenge trade to get back your losses. And then you're going to lose all of that bag. And how do I know that? How did Ivan know that? Because we've all done it. I've revenge traded back in 2019. I had my first decent bag, okay, of crypto. It wasn't huge, but I thought, I'll hop on Coinbase and I'll just start trading. And I went nuts with it, not knowing what I was doing, because I think Cosmos was pumping, right? And so, I'll put all this bag into Cosmos while it's pumping. And it pumped. And I think at one point it got up pretty significant. And without knowing what I was doing, in one night, I lost $40,000 on a trade. Yes. 40,000 in one night on a trade. Now I basically diarrheaed my pants after that. And don't worry, like, I've got all that back and more, so we're fine. But I'm not hurt. This was a long time ago, but I learned a lesson. You don't day trade. You cannot follow the emotion for this kind of stuff. Why were you betting that much as a noob? Because I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, it was 40,000 in one night. It was crazy. But that taught me a lesson. And the lesson I learned from that was, do not trade on emotion. Trade, if you're going to trade, based on long-term commitment and conviction. But also, an even easier route is literally to just stack Bitcoin. And ever since that stage, all I did was stack Bitcoin. Now, what's the point of this? Is not about Bitcoin. The point is that it's the same principle here with assessing the world and making your plan on the basis of what you think is going on in the world. So those same techniques and strategies of not investing in bullshit, not reacting and creating stories on the fly to make your thing work, the same thing applies to all this stuff. Hopefully you guys understand that. Slowboy says, what happened to Ace Brazzi? I think he just took a break from the internet. I don't think anything bad happened to him. I think the last thing he said on a DM or on a space was something about he was going to take a break. Father Deacon, do you have any advice or wisdom? I see you here in the chat. Feel free to chime in here.
Yeah, I told you, dude. You should invest it in pesos like me.
Peso coin, correct.
Peso, Somalian peso coin.
The Somalian peso, wow.
Yeah, I'm doing real well.
Did you want to say anything about, do you notice a sort of a connection between the implicit charismaticism of Roman Catholicism and some of the intuitions that Candace has had that sort of, confirm for her all of these theories? I mean, doesn't this just speak to this problem that we always talk about with like pre-lest?
Yep. By the way, I'd love to find this video. I saw it years back, maybe like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. But there was somebody did a documentary on how this charismatic and kind of evangelical, like the worship stuff, came into the Roman Catholic Church. It was really interesting. I'll try to find it for you.
Oh yeah, please do, because we've covered in several podcast episodes, live streams, we've covered several times the official Roman Catholic acceptance of the charismatic movement from the papacy down for about 30 or 40 years now. So that's actually official papal approval there. It's not a fringe group amongst Catholics. John, did you want to say something? I apologize for going to you late.
And also in Brazil, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff.
John, did you want to say something?
I'll chime in a minute here.
Okay. So I'll play the rest of this Candace clip and you guys tell me what you think.
That's why they had him marked and had him monitored and had him likely followed since he was young. And maybe they thought, like the agents think, that if they swarmed him and they stayed with him and they pretended to be his friend, that ultimately they could control Charlie and perhaps change an outcome. They could literally change an outcome related to Charlie. So when for the first time in his life, because I do believe he was managed, I mean, I've already said I was handled. I didn't recognize that I had agents. And for the first time in his life, Charlie peeks his head up and starts to push back. And
What does that mean? So she says, oh, I realized I had agents, I had handlers. I mean, what does that mean?
Meaningful way. They couldn't stop him from becoming bigger. That seemed to be inevitable. But they panicked. They seem to have panicked, right? I mean, this is just starting to happen within a year when Charlie's going like, hey, man, I don't actually think this. I don't actually believe this. And then he goes, you know what? Take the money. Take the money out of the organization. And they panicked. They freaked out. And their solution was, no, just kill him.
So again, let's understand, this is in the context of this. Play this again.
Project Looking Glass. You know what I wanted to talk about today? However, I'll save it for tomorrow. But this Project Looking Glass in the CIA, I wonder what they saw. Looking into the future, stealing not Egyptian but Sumerian technology, which is what they did. These are culture vultures. These Egyptsies is what they are. They wear whatever mask they need to. Do I have to pretend to be Catholic? Do I have to pretend to be Jewish? Do I have to pretend to be Muslim? No, they're thieves. They're glorified thieves is what these people are. And they've always been this since the beginning of history. And they stole some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes. And that technology stopped working in 2012. We're going to get into that tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, this is the craziest shit I've heard since, I'm trying to think of the last time I've heard something this great. This is like, and probably the last time I listened to Coast to Coast, probably 10 years ago, was the last time I heard something like this. And again, where are the apologies? Okay, Jay, you know what? You're right. This is bad shit crazy. No, it's all quadrupling down. I cannot understand what is happening to people. What is happening to people? Let's read some of these super chats. Hades says $20. Happy birthday, Jay. I am actually from the year 2050, and America is now Wigzantium, and no one has proof otherwise. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my future Wigzantine empire. 7 martyrs. Happy belated birthday. And by the way, I'm a little bit sick today, so I thought, well, if it's my birthday and I'm sick and I'm feeling sassy, like a sassy E-Diva sass queen, I might as well get on here and stream because I ain't going out nowheres. B. Ryan, $5. Happy birthday, Jay. Quick question. Are there similarities between Aquinas' Actus Purus and all his attributes? Perhaps, but it's very difficult to kind of to kind of establish that. And if you watch this, not Shabir, the Azrar Rashid debate, that's kind of the direction that I was trying to go in the Azrar Rashid debate, but we didn't really get there because Sunni Islam has kind of a sometimes they have, it depends on which, if you're talking to Salafis like Jake, like they have a more strict distinction between Allah and his attributes than the rest of the more rational Sunnis do. So, not really, although perhaps. But the other thing is that the similarity wouldn't be to Allah's attributes, it would be to the essence, if anything. I mean, Actus Purus would have no similarity to Allah's attributes. Mr. Fist, $10. Hey man, my girl Candy Owens, she cooking up in multiple dimensional realities. Well, apparently, and I'm just not understanding it yet. We got Shazay Haggard in the chat. Shazay Haggard, that's the proper French pronunciation of his name. What's up, man?
Hey, I didn't hear you call my name. Did you call my name?
Shazay Haggard. Am I not pronouncing it right? I'm sorry.
No, it's Chase Haggard. I guess.
Oh, okay. I'm trying the actual.
So I just want to.
I know that there's a very.
Ask,
I know. Listen, I know. I get it, dude. There's a really precise gay French way to pronounce it, and I just can't do it. I'm too toxically masculine. I can't do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just curious. So I see you have a faceless handler here as co-host, the Junior, whatever it is, Junior.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just curious. Do you have any evidence that Charlie Kirk did not time travel, and that their time travel machine didn't stop working in 2012? Oh wait.
This is a formidable challenge. Because I don't have evidence.
So you don't have evidence that Charlie Kirk did not, at one point, become James McAvoy and recruit the X-Men in the past, still being Hugh Jackman.
Oh, here we go. Chase, what's your evidence for evidence? Huh?
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to get into these side tangent games. Are you going to distract? You're going to distract the whole time.
You do epistemic debates. I got it.
You know what? I actually believe. I agree with Chase now.
Meta-epistemic debates.
Here's what happens. Kristen makes him mad, and then he takes it out on us. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Chase, who hurt you? Oh, wait. We know it's Tristan.
Oh, okay. So you actually get someone up here to debate and who knows the facts of the case, and you're going to go and you're going to just mock them. So why are you against Candace when she's just asking questions?
Okay.
Look, since we know the mind's the brain, if I pull a brain model, where did they hurt you on the brain, Chase?
Show us where Tristan touched you on your brain, Chase.
No, it is getting insane, Jay. I don't think there's going to be any, for these people, there's not going to be any vindication, quote unquote, you or anyone else that has been calling her out being correct on this. They've set themselves up in this way where any claim that, no matter how outlandish it gets, they'll say she didn't claim it no matter what, and that she's just asking questions. And it's the people who are loyal to her. It's going to take a something else to break it, and it's not going to be logic or her being shown to be absurd.
It's the exact same way that all the Q-tards treated the Q crap, and the way that the Q shaman was treating the Q crap. And every time there would be some failed thing, all they would do is just have the next drop that next week.
Yeah, imagine I have a scientific theory, right? And I'm saying that, if A happens, or if X happens, then A and B happens. And, or if X is the case, A and B happens. And then they go, well, A and B didn't happen. And you said X is the case. I said, well, also, if X isn't the case, then A and B won't happen. And I just keep expanding the parameters of this superset so that everything, no matter what happens, it falls within the parameters of my theory. So I'm always right.
Yeah, it's unfalsifiable, right? And by the way,
it's totally unfalsifiable position.
The chat has already figured me out because I'm on Alex Jones' show. That means I work for Alex, and Alex is the one who gave me the marching orders today to call out Candace. That's what's going on.
X, you remove Al.
We're going full Jordan Maxwell.
Or X-Men, Charlie Kirk X-Men.
And of course, if you look at the website there, it's called X. That's not a coincidence. It's X because of the X-Men. Charlie Kirk was an X-Man, and Candace is calling out the Matrix, and so the Matrix is attacking her like it attacks the Tate brothers.
Yeah, it's just gonna be it's it's just totally unfalsifiable, and it's really strange, and it's fascinating seeing these like more normie people get sensationalized into this, you know.
It is. That's the crazy part.
Of Candace Owens and her hunting down the secret truths of the universe to now where it gets to the point of talking about time travel.
I know, man. So we got a guy in the chat saying that, yeah, no, Jay's only saying this because he works with Alex Jones, blah, blah, blah. How about you call in? There's the link right there and explain to me how this all works, how it's all, you know, the quantum foam dimensional time matrix. But
if he calls in, that just proves his position is correct. And if he doesn't call in, it means he's so confident he doesn't need to show he's correct.
There's only evidence for the position. There's never. And by the way, I sent all of this to Alex at 3 a.m. He couldn't believe it. And he brings this up right here. Watch this.
I mean, with her, I went and looked at it because listeners wanted me to, and I was shocked. I feel sick looking at it. I haven't looked at her in about a week other than her attacking you. What's going on with the time traveling? What?
So she did a show and she said that the CIA, through Project Looking Glass, has access to ancient Sumerian remote viewing technology. She says that Charlie was identified as a gifted child by some sort of shadowy occult force early on, groomed his entire life since he was a little boy to be the head of Turning Point USA. He somehow gained possession over the technology, saw his death in the future and how it would alter the space-time continuum. And so, as I said, you know, one time this was a story about Turning Point USA. Now Charlie Kirk is a pivotal figure in the multiverse, in the space-time continuum. It's a conspiracy concerning.
Just to be clear, I can confirm this. I saw Jay Dyer yesterday with a post about this, and he does satire. Sometimes I thought it was a joke. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. And again, that's premeditated. She's going for the total lunatic faction. I mean, she is doubling down. God, here it is. Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, and then he had agents, yes, like the Matrix, monitoring him from childhood. Wow.
I couldn't believe it either. I read the caption. I had to watch the video. I said,
so there you go. We're exposed. Yes, Nick was correct on that. Basically, everybody I know is correct on this. Mark Hackard was correct. Nick Fuentes was correct. Quartering was correct. Even Tim Pool was correct. Alex was correct. I'm trying to think of who else was calling this. Andrew was correct. Steven Crowder was correct. Pretty much everybody that I've known was correct on this. But you still have some of these weirdos, some of these weird Twitter profiles that are pretty large doubling down on this, which is bizarre too. What's up? Do you want to say something? Chase?
Yeah. I was going to say that I've heard you and other people obviously talk about this a bunch, you know, your Fed handler in here, Junior, without the profile pic, we were talking about it, I think, a couple of months ago. But people will then ask the question, well, then why are people attacking Candace if it's not true? Well, you could also ask the question, why is this allowed to go, you know, be viral in algorithms if it is true? Why would they allow her to do that? And we actually have, you know, justification of different, you know, CIA documents and stuff talking about, hey, we'll allow different wackos to get popular so that then we flood the zone with totally uncredible information so that when people question mainstream narratives, we can just point to people like a Candace Owens and say, oh, you believe her? What are you talking about? You're crazy.
Yeah.
I think one of the problems is that the stuff she's saying about TPUSA is probably true.
Exactly.
So it's blending it's unfortunate that this is happening. I mean, I also feel bad for her. I think she is kind of going down a, you know, like we've talked about before, because, you know, I'll listen to her show and she does sound like an early bird conspiracy theorist, like the way she talks. She's very, she doesn't know what she's talking about a lot of the times when she talks about, you know, quote unquote conspiracy theories. And she'll say some stuff and I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about on this subject. But on the TPUSA stuff, I think she's onto something there, and it's unfortunate that now she's gone down the route of the total bizarre quantum foam, which back in the day, me and Jay, we made multiple episodes and jokes about quantum foam and all of that retardedness. Remember how much we used to rag on quantum foam?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said it, because you were in the chat.
So you know it's real. So you know it's true. You admit it's true.
Well,
That's when I started to stop being friends with all of you.
I stopped being friends with them quantumly, but temporally I'm still friends with them.
So Chase has actually overcome and used his. Hold on, John. So this is dissociation, technically speaking, but Chase has actually tapped into his trauma, and when he dissociates, he can actually control his higher self in the quantum dimensions, and it's actually a superpower.
Yeah, and the control of it's all based on petty interpersonal drama, not anything that's necessary.
Yeah, well, that's why when they turn CERN,
Sally crap talk Harry.
When they turn
time
CERN,
one time when you astral project into my drama.
Stop astral projecting into my drama, dude.
What's funny is the scientific people. So there's an article from back in the day. It's by some science dude named Charles Eisenstein, and he wrote that article, Synchronicity in the New World Order.
Yeah.
And he invokes quantum foam to explain why people think that the government does bad stuff. And he says there's like a multiverse where actually maybe the government is good in this universe, but they're bad in this other one. And it's a real paper. It's not like
yeah, no, it's we looked it up. I'm trying to find it right now, and it was actually rolled out over the Big 9 event, right? So the idea was, if you're questioning the Big 9 event, you might be, through retroactive causation, affecting the quantum foam to actually have made the Big 9 event be a conspiracy. So it's actually the fault of the conspiracy theory people. You can't make this up. That's literally what the guy was arguing.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's your fault because you affected the quantum foam retroactively.
Yeah, and now that's being used in reverse here in this situation where probably unwittingly the quantum foam is being affected in the future by people theorizing about Charlie Kirk's death in the past, which was actually happening in the future, but because he was a time traveler and came from the past, now it's affected again.
I think we need quantum foam prosecutions, and I blame people like Chase, John. I think you guys need to be prosecuted and thrown in the slammer for your quantum crimes.
Father Deacon too, because he's a cholo.
He's a quantum caper. That's what they call him, the quantum caper.
Quantum cholo.
That's crazy. Actually, that's my new style. Like when I went to play bluegrass, I had like the button up, plaid shirt, and
you should be prosecuted.
I should be prosecuted. Get him. He just keeps getting away with it.
Now, on the GATE program, I want to remind you guys, I was in the GATE program, so I can actually tell you what it is. It's not an X-Men operation. It's just like...
It's actually pronounced gay program.
Good one. All right. I'm owned, dude.
With gas.
You understand? I could just immediately mute you all right now. You can just immediately be muted.
Not if I quantum.
Oh shit! Chase is retroactively affecting the quantum foam in the future to cause, through retroactive causation, this whole conversation right now.
I know. By Chase being on here, he's definitely making the audience leave. That's for sure.
Oh, Sigmar. Now, guys, remember we did do an episode of the Sam Hyde Show on education being brainwashing and the quantum foam. I'm not quantum foam, and the GATE program. So if you watch this episode, the GATE program comes up at the end of it. I remember writing a significant part of that part, I think. So you can check out the Sam Hyde Show where we cover the GATE program. But it's not X-Men stuff. It's just like gifted and talented. And there is an element to which they wanted to influence gifted and talented students for UNESCO type stuff. But as far as I recall, there's no MK Ultra handlers. Nobody was taken to underground bases and hooked up to machines. And that's all nonsense.
There's this is an old one, Jay. Okay, before the gate program theory, which came around, I didn't hear about that till like 10 years ago or something. That's not like an old one. The one before that is indigo children.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that's like a new age adjacent thing where, they're singling out the gifted children for the new era of consciousness. And that the new age promoted that as a good thing. But yeah, and it's similar to the GATE program, but the GATE program is a real thing, and it's called different things in different school districts. But in California, it's called GATE, Gifted and Talented Education Program. But it's not MK Ultra. I mean, there could be some overlap with like finding people that are useful for future projects and grooming them to be in these kinds of roles. Yes, but it's not what this is all about. Let's read some of these super chats. Hades, so we did that. Let me come over here and do it. Nick says, for as a member, he says, quantum foam deacon fomanias. Exactly. You guys are getting down to the real story and exposing these people. I like it. Flavius, $10. Never trust e-girls who were former libtards. They show no remorse, and they're sus. Trevor, we just saw that with Ashley St. Clair, right? Oh, it turns out she was so obviously sus the whole time. Like, if you couldn't figure out that she was sus, like, you got no discernment, dog. Trevor says for $20, happy birthday, you the BIPOC diva. Exactly. We all know who the real queen is. I got questions. I ain't got no questions, but just keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. Contemporary Compendium, $5. Catch up on the replay. Got to work on more of this AI music. I love it. Happy birthday, King. Thank you. Zeet, for your answer, for your information, Scam Shamu will be doing an anti-Muslim apologist tier list. I wonder how he will rank you. He's a venomous person, so I'm sure I'm going to be in the garbage tier. Snaggle Beast, $10. There's a game called Hellblade. Sinwa's Sacrifice. It gets into schizo stuff. Well, did you guys play the new Silent Hill F? I should have streamed it, but I didn't think about it. The new Silent Hill F was about the main chick being schizo. So there you go. How come Candace isn't playing Silent Hill F and understanding what's going on in reality? Father Deacon, I got a question for you. You might not have heard the beginning part where we talked about people who are suffering with schizophrenia, and I'm being serious on this point. You have a friend who has this problem, and you had highlighted in the past some of the features of this, which they sound terrible, but one of the problems is that all of reality revolves around them, right?
Yeah, and actually the therapist had actually said it was due to, trauma and not knowing, his kind of identity. Like, he was adopted, he was going through all this kind of different stuff. And so
Right.
the mind, in an attempt to kind of protect itself, created its own kind of identity. But you're the center of... Because he wasn't a narcissist, but I'm saying the mental illness made him an attempt to assure him of his identity, a false identity in which he was the star. And there's other, I've had another friend too who's went through something kind of similar. And it was the same thing too that he was saying, what is it that they call, like, there's a term for it where, like, targeted individuals, like what people...
Yeah, gang stalking and TI. We talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, he thought this, and it was like, look, they want me to stop drinking, and every time they want me to start drinking, they send a fire engine so fire engines and sirens are their sign to me that they're on to me, and it was all centered around him. That they're targeting him. And I'm like, I don't mean to be a jerk, but like, why are you so special?
Yeah, that's what we said earlier. It's like,
I can't get targeted.
Yeah, if you watch the documentaries of the people who are targeted individuals or gang stalked, and there's a bunch of them, I've watched, like I said, probably 5 or 10 of them over the years, and you'll notice that, like, a lot of times you can clearly see that the people are having serious mental issues and problems, and they construct a story where they're the protagonist, they're the lead story. The whole world is essentially revolving around them. I don't know if you guys have been watching Pluribus. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it. It started out really good, and it's kind of getting kind of weird.
I
But
told you, what episode are you on? That's when I
4.
came to the conclusion. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, about episode 4. But that's kind of what happens to her, right? Like the whole world starts revolving around her.
Yeah. Yep. That's yeah, exactly. Great point.
Did you want to say something here, Cowboy?
Yeah,
What's up?
Yeah. Genuinely curious. Why do you think that Paul Vallely would be on the advisory board of TPUSA? He's a co-author of PsyOp to Mind War.
Yeah, I knew that 15 years ago. I called.
Okay,
I talked about
He
it.
was on the advisory board of TPUSA. It didn't exist 15 years ago.
No, I'm talking about Mind War and that he co-authored
he's
that.
the author of it. Why would he be on the advisory board of Turning Point USA?
I covered that he was on that a month ago. I read that book and cited it 15 years ago.
Nothing's weird about that, Jay. Seriously,
Did I say
I've
that?
listened to you for years, and there's
Did I
nothing
say
weird to
that?
you about that?
Dude, we already said in this very episode.
She talked about CERN.
Oh my god, dude, shut up and let me. You're not even listening. You're not listening.
Talked about that on your show, bro.
You're not
All
listening.
right,
So hold on, let's walk through this. Okay.
no, I mean, have you seen that Erica was literally at Fort Huachuca? In
One
a
thing
documentary?
at a time. Hold on a second. Okay,
I
let's
okay.
start with TPUSA stuff. John Adams and I, the guy that you're right next to, we have critiqued and called out TPUSA and all the Calvary Chapel stuff for over a decade. I talked about TPUSA and Paul Valley a month ago. So I'm aware of that. Yes. And I say that's a problem.
So why are you guys straw manning over like her talking about? You've literally talked about time travel. You've talked about.
No, I have
CERN,
not.
you've talked about
I don't
the
believe
gay
in. No, I have
program.
not. You're lying.
What is retarded about
You're
that?
lying. I do not believe in time travel. Never talked about it.
I didn't say you believe in it. You've discussed it on your show.
She believes in it, dummy.
Did
That's
you
the
listen to
difference.
The episode, it's rhetorical. It's not literal, bro.
It is. What do you mean? It's not
Not
rhetorical.
literal.
What are you talking about?
Metaphor, dude. I listened to it's literally.
This
1
is the
hour, bro. You
Candace.
can't make
This
it
is
through
the
1 hour.
followers of Candace. The level of retardation that you get. Exactly. Let's play the clip again.
Find it to be fascinating. I wonder if they saw, you know what I wanted to talk about today? However, I'll save it for tomorrow, but this Project Looking Glass in the CIA, I wonder what they saw looking into the future, stealing not Egyptian, but Sumerian technology, which is what they did. These are culture vultures.
What is rhetorical about that? Where's the rhetoric? Do you even know what rhetoric is? That's not rhetorical, you idiot.
These Egyptsies is what they are. They wear whatever mask they need to. Do I have to pretend to be Catholic? Do I have to pretend to be Jewish?
Who is she talking about? Who's they? From the beginning of time? Who, the Illuminati? Who are we talking about?
Do I have to pretend to be Muslim? No, they're thieves. They're glorified thieves is what these people are. And they've always been this since the beginning of history. And they stole some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes. And that
They stole Sumerian technology that allows them to predict outcomes. There's no rhetoric in that, you idiot. Dirty, what's up? He doesn't even know what rhetoric is. That's not rhetoric.
Yo,
Uh-huh.
what up? Hey, that was hilarious, bruh. The fucking, my bad. Whatever that guy was. Y'all just said that she can be right about some stuff, but like this right here is what you said, Jay. Is like she's just learning about all this stuff, like the conspiracies we knew about like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it's like this is her, like, and she's putting it through this Roman Catholic worldview, and she doesn't have good like logical skills.
Yep.
It's like, bruh, she get a few things right, but it's like this is. I don't get it.
This guy gets it. That's my fellow BIPOC man right there. He gets it. Why can't y'all get it, dummies? It's, you know why? Because they're sunken costs. They've already invested in this nonsense and defended it for the last 6 months. So they got to keep defending it. And it's just rhetoric. She didn't mean it, dude. Listen, I'm gonna predict that. I'm gonna look into the Sumerian time matrix right now and predict the future for y'all. Are you ready? The next thing she's gonna do is the next crazy conspiracy. Boom. Write it down right there, son. Matthew, what's up? I want some Candace defenders. Come make a good argument and stop getting. Go ahead.
Yo, I gotta ask.
ask you some questions.
Ask me a question.
Okay, big fan. You're my favorite BIPOC diva.
I'm the only one.
I got two questions that are absolutely not on topic for today, but do you write any of the Sam Hyde skits? Not his show, I guess, but like, do you do any of the skits?
No, I have not written for MDE, just for Sam Hyde Show.
Because I think one of the skits he does when him and those guys are the kids in the baseball dugout is one of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I just thought that was hilarious. I didn't know if he did that shit or not.
No, I wish I'd been involved in some of the MDE stuff.
My real question is, I've heard you say it bring it up on a few times on some of your streams, but got a big issue with your take on sports ball.
Okay.
Why do you not like sports ball?
It's fake and gay. It's fake and gay.
It's fake and gay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
What if
Read Brian.
End of debate. Go ahead. What?
Okay. I get like professional sports ball is fake and gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Where, like,
there you go.
people have no, connection to, NFL teams or whatnot, and they like live their lives through that shit, and or, those gay Europeans who fucking live their life through Premier League and shit like that. But what if there's what about, college? There's actual connection between, people in the schools.
All right. Well, I appreciate the question. I mean, I don't care if people want to like college football. I don't care if you want to like professional sports. It's just like the whole thing has become a giant idol. It's like the biggest idol in America. And people, worship the sports ball people more than they worship even actors. They get Tennessee Titans, UT Vols coffins made up. So, I mean, that's just, it's sad, but it's reflective glory. It's large scale social engineering. I mean, they promote all of the worst woke stuff. So,
And I don't mind supporting my local Carroll College team, football team and stuff like that. But what is absurd too, even in college football, do you know how much coaches get paid?
no idea what.
They're like $300,000, $400,000 a year.
Interesting.
Like a full-time tenured professor might get, well, 100 at tops, 100.
Oh, so you're just jealous. That's the only reason you. That's the only reason you would ever say. The only reason anyone ever critiques anybody is jealousy. What?
That guy needs to read the book "The Fix Is In" by Brian Toohey.
Yeah, I've got it over there. Fix is in. Yeah, exactly.
It's the games are fixed, and a lot of it has to do with the multinational corporations that all participate in
and organized crime.
Yeah, and human trafficking as well.
Yeah, all of those things factor into this gigantic fake and gay industry. And everybody, go ahead.
The sports balls players aren't even real. There's quantum CGI.
They're quantum CGI, holograms. They're faking gay holograms. By the way, I think about a bunch of those guys. I think a lot of that stuff is a bunch of gay stuff too. I'm being serious.
Yeah, definitely compromised individuals who are trotted out. I haven't watched sports for 20 plus years, but even I don't know how people could go back after COVID. How could you go back and do all that when they literally had plywood people in the stands at baseball games?
I forgot about that. Do you remember they had like giant fake people in the audience in a lot of different sports venues, and some of them even look like the Nintendo Wii characters. They look like the Wii emoji. That was so weird and dystopian. What are they called? Amiibos? The Wii amiibo characters. You would turn on a sports ball thing, and like there's a giant crowd full of these amiibos. Like what world am I in? Am I in a maybe Candace is right, and we're in the quantum CERN dimensional dream world now. Somehow we went to the Dark Tower in Stephen King's story. We went through the wrong door of the Dark Tower. What's up, everybody? We got a nice. I'm glad I decided to live stream. We hit 2,000 live earlier. But anyway, we were talking about the gayness of sports ball. What's up, Jose? What's up? We got any Candace defenders? Y'all are the funniest. I want y'all to come up and please engage in all of your fallacies, please. What's up, dude?
Yo, Jay, what's up?
What's on your mind?
Nah, nothing much. I just really wanted to know if you have any recommendations for books on partial preterism.
Yeah, I got a bunch. My Godfather's trilogy, Dean Arnold's trilogy on the Book of Revelation. Days of Vengeance by David Chilton, Before Jerusalem Fell by Ken Gentry, Paradise Restored by David Chilton, Peter Holford's little book on the destruction of Jerusalem. Those are all good books on that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I really had to. I just wanted to know your recommendations.
Yeah, and there's more. There's Peter Leihart has a 2-volume commentary that's partial preterist. That's good. So there's a lot of resources on that. What's up, Nectarios? Welcome, everybody. It's my birthday stream. It's my birthday. We're gonna party like it's my birthday.
Yeah, I was about to say, just to let you know, I am a time traveler as well.
Good.
If you don't know, source me, bro. Trust me, bro. I'm a time traveler. And it's coming back my 27th time, and I'm here to tell you happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give you the best pass of them all. It's better than the N-word pass. I'm going to allow you to say the Mexican slur, race slur, on behalf of all Mexicans. So,
are you Mexican or are you just?
That's my gift to you.
Are you Mexican or are you just handing them out?
No, I'm actually Mexican. Yes.
Oh, nice, sweet. Hey, bro, thank you. Hold on, dude. Thank you so much, bro. By the way, you're always welcome in my alternate dimensions or in the multiverse. Like, bro, you can do whatever you want in my multiverse. I give you a free pass, bro. Ian Curtis. I thought it was Ian Carroll for a second. I thought he was going to get a Candace apologist. What's up, man? Yo, dude, we all control our position over here, bro. What's up, man? Unmute. Ian, unmute. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? Happy birthday, first of all. So I got a couple things. So I have a buddy that has been torn between Orthodoxy and Anglicanism. And so I've basically dismantled every argument. But whenever it comes down to the apostolic succession that the church fathers taught, as far as the doctrine and stuff like that.
Oh, you cut out, dude. Can't hear you. So the answer is yes. Sorry, but the answer is yes. JB Peltier says, these boys love sports balls. I know, man. I know. Y'all remember my little clip about sports ball? Y'all love them sweaty black men running around everywhere. I can't do without my sports ball. The sweaty black men running around. They run in circles, y'all. The black men run in circles and then they do it again. I love it so much. People running it all everywhere. Oh, it's crazy. Welcome, everybody. Where's all? Yeah, there we go. Y'all go watch this clip. What do you think of sports ball? Here's my clip right there. Watch that one. Who's next? Lando Calrissian. What's up? Hello, what have we here? Alejandro. What's up, man? I'm mute.
Yo.
Yeah. What's up?
Yo, as another Mexican, I also give you the pass to say the slur.
Cool. And that is word is what? Flan? What's the is it flan? He gave me a pass to say flan, bro. Bro, your girlfriend, man, she looking like a freaking flan. Chris, $20. Happy birthday. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. BS. We got a bull crapper here, he says, for $10. Listen to Dr. Octagon. There's a song called Blue Flowers. Then you will understand Candace. Okay. We're going full schizo here. Now the songs are talking to us about Candace's. You know, I over the years, I've gotten some prized schizo emails, many of which I've saved. And one of my favorite was that David Lynch is an MK Ultra handler because there was a woman who every town she went to, David Lynch was controlling the radio and causing the songs to harass her on the radio. So, David Lynch has gone on into the quantum foam, and he needs to answer for his crimes. That's what I'm saying here. Tom, what's up, man? Tom, what's up?
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I got two pieces of media that you're really going to dig. You mentioned Operation Trust earlier. So first, 1983 is Riley Ace of Spies.
I'm familiar with it. Yeah, I have. You talking about the Sam Neill series?
Yep.
Yeah. I also have Dr. Richard Spence's book on Riley Ace of Spies, which I think is probably going to be one of the next books that we do.
Cool. Next one is 1993. It's got two different names. One's Detonator, one's Death Train. Pierce Brosnan, Christopher Lee, Patrick Stewart, and Ted Levine.
Awesome. Death Train. We'll check that out.
Really good.
Yeah. Reminds me of Speed 2 with Sandra Bullock, where it's a death train. Who's next? Venus. Uh-oh. We got a dang goddess up in here. Set us straight, Venus.
Hello?
What's up? Go ahead.
Okay. I heard about the descendants of the nations and all that, like how Jacob is David is the father of Israel and stuff like that. How does that apply to the wider East and China?
David is the father of Israel? I don't know what you're talking about.
David's the father of Israel. I misspoke, sorry.
Who? What? Bro, I don't understand what you're talking about. David is the father of Israel in China? I don't get it. Okay. RF Nar. Are you here to expose me? I want people to come in, call in and expose me, y'all. RF, what's up? Unmute. I saw you in the chat. Come on, expose me, dude. Okay. Just booting you. I thought you were going to expose me, man. It's all the same people always calling in. Zala. Unmute Zala. I guess I didn't wear my unmute shirt, so.
Oh, yo, can I come back in 1 second?
Okay. Just please, man, y'all don't bring me a bunch of crazy. Bring me crazy stuff. Saul, what's up, dude? I want crazy today. I don't want boring theology questions.
What does the technical Greek terminology in Romans 3 when Paul clearly refers to penal substitutionary atonement because he says that the blood of the covenant is on the mercy seat? Clearly that's teaching plain little.
What's up, man? I'm you.
Hey, so this is my best thought on Candace. This is going to be my best defense. Because slander or defamation requires actual malice for public figures, do you think that she's maybe just like flooding a bunch of nonsense?
Well, some people are saying that she's going to try a insanity plea. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, who knows? We'll have to see, but I can guarantee you that next week is going to be the next crazy conspiracy. Underwater, what's up? The real fun is where are we going next week? I think she said something about Mayan calendar, right? She said we're going to get into that next week because the Sumerian technology quit working in 2012. Well, 2012 is the Mayan calendar, so.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Open calls. I was helping out my
my friend who I'm trying to turn Orthodox, and you told me I should watch recommend the documentary that was 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to reading the Bible, I was recommending wait, what? Oh my goodness, I'm stuttering so bad.
It's okay. What's the question? It's okay, man. Take a breath. It's cool.
What Bible recommendation do you have? Because right now I recommended her the King James Bible.
Oh, no, the Orthodox Study Bible is the best one. So get you a copy of that. It's the one that has Old and New Testament. Handel, what's up, Handel? There's no Candace apologist. We only have one Candace apologist. What's up, man?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not a Candace apologist. I have a question on certainty. So I'm an evangelical Christian, and I've been listening to a lot of Orthodox argument for the last couple years, and I'm convinced on the historical position for ontological justification. And I'm talking to several of my friends, and I'm looking for certainty, and they say that I'm never going to find certainty. So I just kind of want to know, like, what should I be looking for? Because at the end of the day, there's two interpretations. There's the ontological one, the forensic one. How can I certainly know which one's the objectively true interpretation?
FDA, would you like to take that? Father Deacon, are you there? Would you like to?
Sorry, I was working on something I didn't hear.
It's okay. I will send you a super chat to help with your work here.
What was the question?
You want to ask the question again?
My question was that how can I certainly know that the ontological justification is the objectively correct one and not the forensic justification as the Protestant and Reformers interpret the Bible?
Oh, I thought you meant epistemic justification. You're actually talking about justification by faith alone.
Right. I guess I'm looking for certainty. How can I certainly know which one's the objective?
Okay, well, how about this? If nobody in the ancient medieval world was a nominalist, then it's not possible for them to have taught the nominalistic view of justification.
So nominalism, so what Jay's saying is the forensic and imputed righteousness, all that theory is premised and only works and comes about through a philosophical theory called nominalism that denies real essences. That theory doesn't come into existence in the history of humanity until the medieval ages, later medieval ages. And so there's your certitude right there.
So it was not possible that Paul was teaching a later nominalistic idea of justification.
And that would apply to, of course, the apostles, right?
Paul is an apostle.
Later. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's like 15. I mean,
yeah, it's not until Gabriel, Occam and Bile, right? Yeah. So the book you want to read on this is Heiko Oberman's book, Harvest of Medieval Theology. He's a Lutheran scholar who wrote this book saying, hey, wait a minute, you can't really have justification in the legal penal substitution imputation sense without nominalism, but nominalism is way late, so Paul couldn't have taught that view. I think it's a pretty devastating kill shot if you really understand it. Michael says for $20, Candace's Skittles husband is Catholic AI. Wait, Catholic AI is writing her show? That's not me saying that. That's him saying that. Timo says for $5, Patrick Bet David had Scam Shamu on, but won't have Jay Dyer on. That's not cool. Yeah, I mean, I've talked to their producers like 5 times. I don't know. I don't know. Brian, no, we did that. We did that one. Trevor, yeah, we did that. Let's see. Zet says for $3. Sam Shamoon is doing no, we did that. Excuse me. Snaggle Beast. We did that. Daniel says for $10, happy birthday, Jay. You've done so much to help guide me towards orthodoxy. Appreciate that. Thank you. Many years to you. Nathan, $30. Give us the truth, Jay. Well, when I peer into the stolen Sumerian technology, I'll know for sure. By the way, that's the answer. We should have told that guy. The only way to have certitude is to look into the dimensional Sumerian portal. That's how. Then you'll know the future. Broccoli, $10. Where can I find big booty Mormon space women and moms to join my cult? Or is this in the wrong space? This is probably the wrong space because I don't think we have any of those here. My audience is 9% women. And out of that 9%, I think there are 0 Mormon space moms. But you could always ask in the chat if there's any single Mormon space moms that are looking to get hitched. Miklo, $20. What do you mean is in what do you mean it's in the Grand Canyon? What's in the Grand Canyon? I don't know what you're talking about. Cheap Chimp, $2. Happy birthday. Thank you. Nate, happy birthday. You're my favorite kid, singer and KGB Black Wizard. I hope you mean by black BIPOC and not evil black. Miklo says for $20. Sensational, Jay. Thank you. Mr. Fist, happy birthday. Thank you. It's your 20th birthday, correct? Yes, it's my 20th. I'm old enough to buy dip and cigarettes. So I'm buying, what's the dip? Big League Chew. Is that a brand of dip? I don't know. And I'm buying Skoal and I'm buying Viceroy cigarettes because Mac DeMarco smokes Viceroys. Let's see. Mr. Fist. Hey man, don't do my girl Candace like that. Okay. Appreciate all those. John Quavion says for $10. Did you see today that there was a huge college basketball scandal where the players are literally receiving bribes and throwing the games? Oh, well, there we go. It happened today in the news. So there's your answer. That's how it's fake and gay, dog. And John Quavion sends that twice. So shout out to my fellow BIPOC peoples that are becoming woke to the real deception of sports. Dr. Smiles says, I'm poor, but here's $2. Thank you. Appreciate that. You don't have to, if you're poor, you ain't got to super chat me, man. Take that money and put it into Bitcoin. By the way, Bitcoin's back up. Told you guys, oh, Bitcoin's going to 0. You're done. You're cooked, dirt. No. All I did is stack, and y'all should have done it. No, Zens are not better. Alps are the only one I would. Zens, I did one Zen and puked immediately. And I've been doing Alps fine for months. Troy Orthodox, $20. Happy birthday, Jay. Thank you. Prague says $5. Do you think Candace is new and catching up on things? Well, early on, we said that there's different possibilities. So if you watch the beginning of the stream, we said, she could be having an episode. She could be disinfo. She could be on a awakening journey. It could be all those things. We don't know. Summer says, go ahead.
I think she's catching up.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think she's coming into some of this stuff that, obviously you and I would have known, 20 years ago. And like you were saying earlier, sometimes there's like a bit, and we've discussed this before, is like there's a bit of like when something's new, it's not only like a novelty, but it's like it's addictive, and then you start to shape a worldview around it that kind of fits everything into that conspiracy theory, which I can admit I did that.
I did that too. Yeah, I did it as well.
Yeah, so you shape your worldview into it where it's like I used to be black pilled back in the day, even before black pilled exist. I was black pilled back in the early 2000s. So my worldview at that time shifted to, nothing is real. So I can understand, and I'm rooting for Candace. I'm rooting for her. I'm not saying I agree with her on her quantum foam stuff, but I hope that she's not a psyop, and I hope that she comes out of her delusion.
Dozens of NCAA basketball players stay through the games 1 hour ago, just now breaking. 26 people charged in basketball game fixing. So there's your fake and gay college sports. Rose since $50. Can you believe that just broke in an hour? That's crazy. An hour ago. Rose since $50. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Rose. Appreciate that. That's really kind of you.
But college ball's safe.
No, college ball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, imagine betting on stuff that's like thrown. I would be pissed if I was sports betting. I don't bet on sports, but if you're like betting your money on this stuff and it's like it's all rigged. So, I mean, Cody, what's up, dude?
Hey, Jay, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, so I was here for the Big Booty Space Wives, but I guess that's not happening today. So I guess I'll just ask instead. So I'm an Inquirer. I've been an Inquirer for about a year in the Orthodox Church. And this isn't a theology question in the strict, in a strict sense. Before I came into Inquire with the Orthodox Church, I was diving pretty deep into the. Oh,
you cut out, dog.
Oh, it muted me for some reason. Sorry about that. I was diving pretty deep into the whole aliens or demons side of the sphere. And after I started inquiring into the church, I sort of just cut that chain off because I didn't want anything to pollute my thinking. But I was curious about what your thoughts of that side of things are, because there's a lot of stuff about, you know, Congress dealing with the UAP stuff and, you know, how to deal with that as Christians is definitely important, but not, you know, vital. And so I was curious about what your thoughts were on the whole aliens possibly being the demonic, or if you think it's more of like on the Project Blue Beam psyops.
I think there's both. There's a Black Ops component to it. I've done probably 10 podcasts over the years on that topic. You should watch Mirage Men. If you've never seen that documentary, it lays it out. Collins Brothers have a good book called Invoking the Beyond. About 300 or 400 pages of that book in the middle is about the CIA Black Ops component of the alien stuff. And I also think there is a demonic angle too. And I've covered Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future by Father Seraphim Rose, which covers that. Malin Keisner, $20. I have confirmation through the grapevine that in 2028, when you debated Candace, that 2028 debate has been leaked on the web, and that she was confirmed as the actual alpha BIPOC slay queen, and you lost and you were devastated. Happy birthday. Yeah. So see, people have already quantum foamed the future debate of 2028 that I lost. And I think what Malin Keisner is getting at is that I also saw that in the quantum foam. And so I'm like freaking out and trying to preemptively take down Candace because I lost the future debate that the CIA told me about through the stolen Sumerian technology. Let's see. Snagglebeast. Happy birthday, Jay. I didn't hear about it earlier. Thank you. Amber says for $10, happy birthday, Diva. Thank you. Oh, excuse me, happy birthday. Anthony says for $20, happy birthday. I hope you're spending this special day with us. Thank you for spending this special day with us in the audience. Here's to a great year. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Jamie was really sweet and cooking me a keto birthday cake. And I said, you know what? You know what? And she said, what? And I said, I'm about to stream. And she said, why are you going to do that? I said, because Candace got me sassy today. And by golly, that's what I did. Okay. Where are we at? Who's next? Dingbat. What's up, dude?
Hey, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Thank you.
Okay, so as an Orthodox Christian, what literature would you recommend for me about to read preemptively before I read the Talmud? Orthodox literature.
You go read the whole Talmud. Good luck with that. So I'll see you in 15 years.
Okay, well, before I read the portions that are relevant.
There's a good book by Schaeffer. It's Jesus in the Talmud by Schaeffer. And also, that's an academic text. I mean, Michael Hoffman is a giant book. That's another, it's probably 1,000 pages on that. So I think that's the only two that I have. There might be others that I'm not aware of. But also Kenemy has he's a Messianic Jew, and he has a book on Jesus and the Talmud and the early rabbinic literature. But he's actually arguing that there's a lot of rabbinic literature that actually admits that Jesus is probably the Messiah. Right Wing, what's up?
Hey, man, shit, you ain't heard? Charlie up on that ship, that mother plane with Yakub negotiating rights for the future of the white man.
This brother right here just brought to my attention some forgotten lore. Did you know the nation of, hold up, they trying to stop that stuff getting out, dog? Because remember that Louis Farrakhan, okay, y'all remember him? He have done a talk, okay, where he talked about the alien mothership. If y'all don't believe me, let's listen to Louis Farrakhan. Okay, listen, we're only 2 episodes away. We're only 2 episodes away from full Yacubian Candace revelations. Okay, and if y'all don't believe me, let's listen. Okay, we talking about the mothership connection. Y'all heard of P-Funk? Y'all didn't know P-Funk was a documentary. Let's listen to this. Let's listen right here.
50-year-old pilot Steve Allen was at a campfire with friends and says the object was a mile long and half a mile wide.
I don't know if it was a biblical experience or somebody from a different universe or planet.
I like how they threw in, this is how we do it by Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. This is how we Yakub it. 595. I can't play it with that. Okay, I mean that's the best clip of the night is Louis. Here we go. Let's play the young turds talking about it.
First, he says that he's concerned that the white right is conspiring to make Obama a one-term president. Okay, people focus on that, but the word prophet is too cheap a word, he said. I am a light in the midst of darkness.
I want the actual clip, and all of these are like garbage 20-year-old 360p clips. All right, let's go. Well, I guess we'll have to play this one. Let's do this.
The mothership. They had a documentary. If you have on TV, they had a documentary that they are playing now. They are playing during the month of February. That verifies the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad concerning the presence of what they call unidentified flying objects. They are not objects from out of space. They are objects from right here on this earth, flown and mastered by superior intelligence.
Damn.
And these scientists came on the television talking about how they were flying their plane, and one of them was right near their wing.
That's it right there. That's the shit right there.
And then it took off at incredible speeds.
There it is right there.
Doing things that no plane has ever been known to do.
You know, true.
They have to bank. This thing just shoots out. Stops.
Guess who got out? Guess who got out of it? George Clinton got out of it when it's parked. That thing parked and George Clinton popped out. And it was the mothership connection, y'all. Let me ride, swing down, sweet Yacubian ship.
Of Dr. Funkenstein.
Exactly. Swing down, sweet Yacubian ship, and let me ride. Come on now, y'all know that's funny.
I mean, look, this is unreal. At speeds they've been clocked of up to 25,000 miles per hour.
That's the mothership.
100 of these little planes. Now, the white man knows that they're up there. And they're not up there to play. They're up there to destroy the...
I'm doing some prophesizing right now, y'all. I'm predicting next week's Candace show. She's gonna have Louis Farrakhan pop on there, and I'm joking, by the way. And we're going full mothership next week. Watch.
Present world. Now, you can take it or let it alone. Well, white folks are petrified because they can't handle it.
That's what that
And
man
there's
said.
nothing that they have in science or technology that will enable them to handle these planes. Now, more and more, brothers and sisters, white people are going to admit that it's their end.
What's up?
Okay. So let me say a couple things. Something to disagree with you on, I suppose.
Okay.
So I guess I would like to say that the Orthodox epistemology, the church proves the church circle, is worse than Protestant epistemology.
Ooh.
In the sense that, Orthodoxy claims that the infallible church tradition interprets scriptures and councils. The church.
Dude, your son's crying because
the church says so.
Your son's crying because your arguments are bad. He already knows you're about to lose. See?
That's not the argument.
No, so basically, Orthodoxy, you basically have to.
Dude, your son's already crying, man. He already knows it's a bad line argument. He's trying to warn you.
Your son already knows your argument's failed.
No, I cry.
Before he even got off the ground. That's
right. I think
that's not the Orthodox argument.
Dude, that out of the mouths of babes,
it's
dude.
True because the Orthodox says it's true. And that's the only way that you can know it's true. That's retarded. Who told you that?
No, nobody even made that argument. That's like, yeah, exactly. No, whoever argued, well, the Orthodoxy is true because the church is infallible interpreted in the Bible, and the Bible says Orthodoxy is true because the church says that it's true. Nobody made that. That's just, okay. Whatever, man. What's up, dude? Mr. Cool. I love that. That was perfect. That baby was on my side, dude. Your son is on my side. What does that tell you? Out of the mouths of babes, man. Go ahead. What's up?
Hey, Jay. Just wanted to say happy birthday. Hope you have many more. I respect your restraint and talking to these people. It sounds like a lot of their sources are like high schoolers that are smoking weed and watching Ancient Aliens for the first time.
Oh, that sounds like what happened with Candace. Yep.
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to say props to you for even dealing with it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. No, I'm having a blast. So I'm over here. I'm ready for George Clinton to come out of the sky and he'll bring some of that dank weed down from the sky.
Same thing. I think we've talked about this before. Is why would necessarily like fast flying planes be out of the realm of people being able to develop those? Why would you need super knowledge to be able to develop fast flying things?
Great question. And you notice they always make the leap to it must be aliens.
Yeah, and that's what we used to harp on back in the day too, was like, oh, I saw something in the sky, therefore it's Space Brothers.
Or like Jordan Maxwell with the pterodactyl over Los Angeles. And then if you go and look up pterodactyl or remote controlled planes, there's tons of them.
That's true, but he also said he saw a Tyrannosaurus Rex in his backyard, so he might be making it up.
Well, I mean, I saw Jurassic Park, so I don't know. It looked pretty real to me. I wanted to hear some Mothership Connection, but I know it's going to ding the copyright. You know what I'm saying?
I am the Mothership Connection. Get down in 3D.
Can't play no more than that. Let's see. Waffle, what's up, dude? Swing down, sweet Yakubian ride, and let.
Hi, I have seen a UAP. I'm an airline pilot.
Okay.
It was a daytime sighting. I was flying from Seattle to Anchorage, just on our normal route, and we were at 36,000 feet, and it appeared to be at about 35,000 feet, and it was just appeared motionless as we were cruising at like 400 knots.
Do you see who was driving it?
Sorry?
Did you see who was driving it? Was it a black dude with glasses and
aliens? It's those aliens? No, that shit is 100% demonic. That's the feeling I got from it. It was over a volcano. It was a saucer, very shiny.
Are you telling me? You telling me George? Hold on. You telling me George Clinton can't pilot the mothership over a volcano? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Oh no, what's that Snoop Dogg movie where he's a pilot and it's I don't know, where he's I saw dreadlocks coming out of the saucer, right?
Exactly. So it was George Clinton. That's him right there. That's who pilots the mothership, dummies. Yeah, you're talking about soul plane, but I'm talking about the mothership connection. And if you see a bright rainbow-haired bunch of dreads and a damn muumuu, a gown on a big giant black man with a gray beard, you know that's the mothership connection.
And before you can say,
drive it once in a while.
What? Do you dig? Dig? Yeah, that's my bootsy. That's my bootsy. Hey, John, dig. He lets Bootsy drive it sometimes.
It's a UAP, baby.
It's a UAP, baby. Okay.
That Elijah Muhammad is a liar, you're going to be seeing these planes over the major cities. Now, I'm just telling you, so when you see it, don't get crazy. Don't panic.
Somebody send this to Candace. She's going to be all over this Louis Farrakhan clip, right? Oh, let's see. Michael says, we was Yakubian kings. Exactly. Shout out to Parliament. Yo, Michael says, no, we did that one. Michael says $2, nothing. Great Scott, $10. Happy birthday. Thank you for being a brother. Trodden Odin says for $10. Did you see Drewski's megachurch skit? It's funny. Yeah, I did see it. I think Drewski was watching some Randy Ball skits from Jay Dyer. You know what I'm saying? We got a famous man here. The Quaterin. What's up, Quaterin? What's up? How you doing, dog? Quaterin, you want to unmute? Where'd he go, dude? He left. Bro, I was about to bring you up right now. Come back. Where'd you go? Quartering, I brought you up, man. Come back. I know you was wanting to chat.
You know, Funkadelic has a theology, right?
I do. In fact, I did a podcast with a former friend on that many, many years ago. Quartering, I want to try. Go ahead.
Funk is divine and the mothership is the liberation kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that there is kind of an alien theology, like an exotheology behind it.
Yeah, it's something that like they try. It's kind of like for lack of a better word, they wanted to be like the Black Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's exactly right, and that's what we talked about in that podcast like 10 years ago. What's up, Quartering?
Hey, I mean, I don't want to make you rehash it, but I mean, I saw the title, and I was wondering how the Crashout was going. I don't want to. If you already talked about it, whatever, that's cool. I'll go back to just listening. But I was wondering how Candace was dealing with the new video today that Lance Twiggs' family came out and said that it was Tyler Robinson. Are they also time traveling beekeepers? Is that? I wonder how she's going to deal with that. I'm curious what you think.
That's new to me. I've been focused, and we spent the whole 2 hours just laughing about the quantum foam dimensional time matrix splitting and the CIA's portals and all this nonsense. So we've been on that for a while, but I mean, yes, the answer is yes. The Sumerian technology was also used by them as well. Correct.
I had a feeling. I came to the source because I needed to have it confirmed by an expert. I had a feeling. I've been trying to steer clear of Candace's Crashout, but it's been, I've been watching out I haven't seen any Egyptian planes over my house. I've been trying to, be careful about accidentally traveling interdimensionally and running into a young Charlie Kirk as Benjamin Button, and also any potential Fort Huachuca connections.
Right. Well,
I'm trying to keep it all straight.
Well, enjoy your BB bucks, because that's the only reason you would ever say that, is literally just BB bucks.
Look, why do you think I'm here? My mortgage is due on the 17th. $7,000 is $7,000. I mean, I don't know why anyone really has a problem with it,
Well, I mean, I think what I'm excited about is where we're going to go next, because every episode is like a new episode of the X-Files. So I think next week we're probably going to go full Yakub. We're going to have Louis Farrakhan. We're going to have motherships. We're going to have, the P-Funk's going to come down on the mothership. George Clinton, he knew about this a long time ago. He had that dank weed. That was the key to seeing into the past and the future through Project Looking Glass. So are you pro or anti Yakub?
I abstain from my Yakub stance, but I know I had a feeling we'd see Farrakhan at some point. That aligns a lot with Candace. I'm surprised we haven't had, a Farrakhan.
Oh, I saw Into the Sumerian Tech. I know what's coming next week, dog.
You're also a Jewish time traveler who took the check too. So I mean, it's been wild to watch. I've been looking at each episode's viewership going down and down, and wondering, just she's going to have to come up with something.
Yes.
To get her viewers back. So it's probably going to be big.
Well, the only bad part is that I have to go back in time with my money because of inflation. I have to go back to like the 80s and 90s for my $7,000 to buy anything that, I tried to tell BB, it needs to be more, but, they're just not, with the war going on, there's no extra monies.
Well, and they're paying all those influencers too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bots aren't cheap. I'll let you get back. I'll let you get back to your show. I just wanted to.
No, I appreciate that.
Upstairs, I came downstairs.
Well, I gave you a shout out earlier because you, Crowder, Alex, me, Andrew. I'm trying to think of the other people that were like calling this out as total nonsense, and I'm assuming you get the same phenomena where in the comments all of the bots are just quadrupling down on the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, I hate to bring up bots because people often say, that's a convenient excuse. But if you look at the activity, especially on X, like it is extraordinarily heavily botted. I mean, any idiot can. You see any possible debunking going on, you have like tiny X accounts getting completely ratioed into oblivion. It's like, how did this even end up on their radar?
Right.
And it's because of it's very obvious to me. I don't want to pretend like people aren't interested. Certainly people are viewing it, but there's definitely real bots. I mean, that's how I'd spend my money too. If I were like the Democrats, I'd be botting the hell out of all these people who are trying to divide and conquer that way. It's pretty cheap. Like Pakistani bots are, I've never bought them, but I can't imagine they cost much.
Brother, we do not charge very much at all. Let me ask you one last question before you go. When did you start kind of getting into the storyline? Because I was kind of late. I didn't get in until maybe a couple weeks into the Egyptian plane stuff, and I thought, okay, I'll give this a hearing. I'll give it some time and see. And within about a week, I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. So when did you get into it, and what were the first things that really made you question this stuff?
Well, I was in it from Jump Street. I mean, I was live streaming when the assassination happened, and so I was covering it pretty deeply. And so I was consuming basically everybody's content who was talking about it. And I think she lost me at like the trap doors and the
yeah.
What really sold it for me is the gun expertise. How it was like no bullet has ever ricocheted in history. Yes, I remember that the Charlie Kirk's magical neck thing was definitely a cringe thing to say, but I've used firearms enough in my life. I know you talk to anybody who's been in the military, there's literally a saying, bullets do weird things. And it started there to fall apart. And then there was the B cult and the trap doors and the Luigi tube transfers. And then I knew it was basically over. Now she's on the TPUSA's human trafficking. I don't know how she hasn't been sued yet. I still think that's how this ends. I think she's almost certainly going to get sued. And I don't know what that means if you win or lose, but it's definitely, I haven't watched the last 4 or 5 episodes because it went from kind of bad to worse, but I'm all for truth seeking, and I do believe that there are questions. I think definitely Lance Twiggs was involved in the planning. I think there are questions on how these other Trantifa groups seemingly knew about the assassination ahead of time, and they shut down that investigation.
Right.
I think there's good questions to ask. Bringing on a guy who's mentally unstable and on videotape hammering his own car, whatever the case is. It fell apart, and now it's she's like a heroin addict. Chasing the dragon, and that's why every new theory has to get even more insane.
Yeah, it's the next episode of X-Files. It gets crazier and crazier. Appreciate you calling in, Quartering. That's guys, be sure and follow Quartering. He's done some good responses and assessments of this. I didn't realize he was early in on the craziness jumping. I didn't follow Candace's stuff either until everybody's making a big deal about the planes, and then I was like, all right, I got to check it out. But no, it was just, I mean, once the Mitch Snow guy said that he was a Black Ops master and his wife imprisoned him in the garage and broke his thumbs, I was like, okay, this guy, she didn't even vet this guy at all. Okay,
I'm a Black Ops master, baby.
That's George Clinton calling in, y'all. Excuse me, that's Bootsy. What's up, R6? Dig.
With the Candace stuff, she's going. She's going into she's taking stuff into conspiracy levels of. I don't even know the conspiracy shit about time traveling and all that stuff. Whatever that is, that has nothing to do with the whole Charlie Kirk thing or whatever. But the baseline thing that I look at is just everything with Erica Kirk. If you can't say there's something weird with that woman,
but nobody said that, right? So nobody over here, appreciate your call. Nobody over here said, Candace is wrong, so TPUSA is good and Erica Kirk isn't odd or weird. No, nobody ever even said that. So people just assume. It's just with you don't believe flat Earth, so you worship NASA. It's everything is a false dialectic. You critique Islam because you're a Zionist and you work for Israel. Literally everything is just stupid, low tier dialectics. Justin, what's up?
TPUSA is sus.
Absolutely. I did a whole stream called CIA Evangelical Black Ops Churches 2 months ago. So what are you even talking? Why are you supporting TPUSA? What's up, man? Justin, I'm you.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of yours, by the way. I see you on InfoWars a lot. We actually have the channel through an app that we get to watch. Love finally being on your space.
Cool.
Just wanted to give you a shout out, dude.
Thanks.
But Candace, I really haven't taken her serious since. It's kind of like Alex said, throwing all the stuff at the wall. I think Nick Fuentes was on a show that day. She has literally blamed over 1 billion people, it seems for Charlie's death at this point. So this isn't even, I haven't even watched the clip. I just wanted to really give you love and just kind of tell people in here, quit taking this. I think you probably have, most of you, quit taking her serious. She's just out for clickbait or whatever it is. She's not serious at this point. I don't know if she ever was. I think this was a thing for her to monetize off of Charlie's death. But big fan, and there's some sketchy things. But I will say with Erica, from my looking at it, or from my point of view, I think she's. People grieve differently. I know that's not an excuse. There's a lot of weird stuff with her lined up too. I just don't know how to take any of it, but I do know Candace is not serious at all. Just want to give you some love, man, and a shout out, and thank you for the time.
All right, appreciate that. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, I mean, for the, truth movement or community or whatever, it's kind of sad, but I mean, that was always kind of silly. But what's up, man?
Hey, Jay. It's good to hear from you. It's I've actually never done one of these before, so this is pretty cool. But no, I just wanted to ask you if you'd ever heard about Devil Bill Rockefeller before.
Heard what?
Devil Bill Rockefeller. It's William Rockefeller. It's John Rockefeller's dad. If you ever done like any research about him personally.
I mean, I have the Rockefeller's biography, so I probably at one point read something about that. Are you talking about the guy who was like the con man, grifter?
Yes, the snake oil salesman.
The snake oil salesman, yeah. I know about him.
Yeah, man. So it was just a small, quick story for you. I was basically doing a church study with it was the men's study in our Bible group, and that guy had gotten brought up in a positive manner. I was basically one of the only dudes just kind of sitting there the whole time, where I'm like, wait, we're actually putting this guy in a positive light? Like,
yeah,
because this is a Baptist. I go to a Baptist church, but I don't know. Maybe that could be the issue.
Well, that's the problem right there, dog. Appreciate your call though, but that's the problem. Miko, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true. He was a mountebank. What's up, man?
Good evening, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question for you. So this is theological. I apologize in advance, but it's about the Catholic Church and the Gregorian calendar. I understand from the Orthodox perspective that, we had a synod in the, I think it was 16th century, or a couple of them. But from the Catholics, why, prior to the schism, would it be, I guess, heretical or sacrilege to change the calendar, specifically with Pascha? Because I've read the First Council, and I've read certain, I guess, their lunar dates on Pascha itself. So I'm just curious on your perspective there.
Well, I mean, why would we want to change them?
No, I'm not saying we should. I understand it from our perspective. But I'm saying for us to, argue against specifically the calendar itself, would we take, a holistic approach to, the papacy and so on? Or is there any details you can inform me on specifically the calendar issue itself?
This is an issue I'm not super studied on. I would say go ask Father John Whiteford. He's very active on Twitter, and he knows a lot about this topic, and he answers this question quite often. So I would say just check out him for the specifics of the history of, what the papacy was up to and why. Francois, what's up? I'm getting a little tired, guys, so we might have to be winding it up soon. I think I have a little bit of a cold, but what's up, man? Unmute.
Oh, good evening, Jay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, I have a question about, it's mainly tag, if you wouldn't mind shifting the topic a little bit.
Honestly, dude, I don't have a lot of energy for tag. What's the question?
Okay, so we would both agree that the problem of induction is kind of like a kill shot to most schools of atheism. But in the Orthodox paradigm, would we agree with Hume on the issue and concurrent scientists who say, oh, the Andromeda is going to hit us in a trillion years or something? Would we argue the problem of induction to say, well, how do you know that the laws of physics aren't going to change before then? Or how do you know that your outcome's going to be determined correctly? Or would we affirm the providence of God? Would affirm that, but you can't really verify your empirical sense data based off just what you hear.
Yeah, I think that we aren't skeptics. The reason that we bring in Hume is to critique the paradigm of the atheist. So we're just saying that if you guys are consistent, you should be a Humean skeptic. But I don't think that means that we have to, in our worldview, be Humean skeptics and think that God's providence will, stop at some point or something like that. So, Baz, what's up? This is the last few calls here. Thank you guys for calling in. Appreciate it. Wish we got more disagreeers, but that's okay. Josiah Alira on $10. God bless you. Thank you, Josiah. Happy birthday to you. Jake, $25. Happy birthday. Grant you many years. My bet is that Candace's next move to say that Charlie faked it, or that he is speaking to her in the spiritual reality or something like that. Who knows, man? Baz, what's up?
Hey there. I was going to ask a question concerning evolution because I feel like there's a lot of evidence for it, and I'm not really. I don't really feel the need to disagree with it. I mean, I really don't believe that like evolution not being real is necessary for the gospel to be true. But I was thinking.
Okay, well, I mean, does Romans 8 say that death entered before or after the fall?
After the fall. So.
Okay, so that answers your question right there.
I did want to ask. I mean, you already just answered it, but ask another question, I guess.
Okay.
If God made Adam a man and made trees grown and not saplings, could he have made like an already old earth, or is that like a possibility?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me, personally. That he could have made an already.
Yeah, well, I think most people. Earth. Yeah, I mean, he creates things with the appearance of age. Exactly. There's no reason that couldn't be the case. Robert, what's up? Octavian says for $2, that last guy before sounded like Cleve, but with hair. Oh, we got people dissing Cleve over here. What's up, man? Robert.
Hey, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I just have a quick question about you see this complete paradigm shift and like Overton window shift in America now with like the JQ and Zionism. Like you see all this stuff starting to come out now, and it's like popularized and everything. So I guess I was just curious what your take would be, like your opinion. Where do you think the United States is headed? Like, do you think we're headed towards like a more Christian-oriented government with everything coming out, or do you think like our government is headed for like complete reform in some sense? Because like you see all this stuff coming out now, and you see a lot of people start to grasp for like a more traditional Christian perspective and like a more traditional Christian stance on things. So I was just curious what your take would be on like all the truth coming out.
I mean, I don't think that any of those people have any significant political or monetary power. So no, I don't think anytime soon there's going to be some Christian government or resurgence of Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism is a failed project from the outset because you're never going to unite all these different competing insane cults and sects into some sort of unified political power. That's been attempted multiple times back to the 80s with the moral majority. It never works. So no, I don't think that's going to happen. But maybe in 50 years, if Orthodox Christianity permeates America, you could begin to see that, but not anytime soon. Dan Vicious, $2. Jay, Coast to Coast. Michael, the pilot, says for $2, she's schizo. She took too much K. Jason says $3. I called in a minute ago. I pretended to be Protestant, but I couldn't stop myself from laughing. Happy birthday. Well, thank you. And I will laugh at you as well. Ha, ha, ha. Miko says, thank you for steering me in the right direction. I'm curious, is it Agartha or Atlantis? It's Wigzantium, dude. Neither one. Kara says for $5, happy birthday to the Black Queen. Thank you. BS, cyber analog through digital virtual reality. Okay, this is a schizo post. I can't even understand what you're talking about. Guys, remember that we have a show sponsor, which is chalk.com. Head on over to chalk.com, choq.com. The best in supplementation on the internet. Use the promo code J60Life, that's JAY60LIFE, and get hold of that performance stack right there. Or you can get the email vitality stack or any of the individual products for J60Life, 60% off, JAY60LIFE. I'm a big fan of the Tomcat Lee, as you know. That's my favorite. But you can get that whole stack right there for 60% off. That's the special papal blessing for the Christmas season by chalk.com. Also, remember you can get started with Bitcoin as Bitcoin is once again resurging. We had a break point where you could have got it on the discount. As I told you guys, it's discounted for the last 6 months. Oh, it's going to zero. You're cooked there. Really, going to zero. We're almost at 100 again. And remember, it's only a matter of time before we're at 200 and then 500 and then 1 million. I don't know when that's going to be. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It could be 2 years. Who knows? But I believe very firmly in Bitcoin. You can go listen to my Bitcoin podcast if you're a skeptic. We've done multiple Bitcoin podcasts, including the entire book by Saifedean Amos, Bitcoin Standard. Go watch those podcasts if you're a skeptic and learn some good monetary principles and get started with Swan Bitcoin. In the show description, Swan is a Bitcoin only company, but you can use my referral code. Also, you can get my philosophy course in the show description with Richard Grove at the Autonomy Agora Marketplace. You can also get all of your Esoteric Hollywood needs at my website, jasonelsis.com. In the shop, you can get signed copies of Esoteric Hollywood 1, 2, and 3 and the Red Book. And I'm pretty much cooked. Thank you guys. A lot of fun tonight. And thank you guys for all of your birthday well wishes and your generosity. You guys are really generous tonight with the super chats, and I appreciate that. Otherwise, everybody have a good night and happy birthday to you all.